Welcome to Spiedel's Federal Tax Minute. I'm your host, Catherine Zidane, and this week we have some tax planning tips to consider before the end of the year. Speaking of year-end, if you're looking for a tax update to catch up on everything that happened in 2022, register for Spiedel's Federal Tax Update webinar on January 5th and 6th. We'll be covering the Inflation Reduction Act, the new proposed RMD regulations, Schedules K2 and K3, and more. To register, go to spiedel.com and click Webinars. Another year is ending, and that means last-minute year-end tax planning strategies. Here are a few to consider during your December client meetings. The annual gift limit per recipient is $16,000 in 2022 and increases to $17,000 in 2023. Gifts over these amounts are taxable and require the filing of gift tax returns. For older taxpayers who will have taxable estates, leveraging the annual gift limit can be a great way to limit or reduce the size of their taxable estate. When considering the annual gift limit, remember that gifts of tuition paid directly to a qualified educational organization and direct payments of medical expenses to a medical care provider are not counted toward the annual or lifetime gift tax limits. Charitable contributions are a great way to reduce taxable income, but there are variations on plain vanilla cash gifts that can spice up tax planning. Remember that beginning with the 2022 taxable year, the charitable contribution limit is reduced from 100% to 60% of the taxpayer's contribution base for cash contributions, and the $300 and $600 charitable deduction for non-itemizers is no longer available. Taxpayers who donate appreciated assets that would give rise to long-term capital gain if the asset were sold can claim a charitable contribution deduction for the fair market value of the property on the date it's donated without having to recognize taxable gain. Taxpayers who make cash contributions to donor-advised funds can claim a charitable contribution deduction for the full amount of the contribution, even if the donor-advised fund doesn't distribute the money to qualified charities until later years. Taxpayers can donate up to $100,000 per year from their IRA required minimum distributions directly to qualified charities. The distributions count toward the taxpayer's RMD for the year, but they're not taxable. This year saw an interesting dichotomy between the stock market and the real estate market. Prior to interest rate increases, the real estate market saw rapid gains. Many taxpayers realized large capital gains from the sale of real estate in 2022. At the same time, stocks lost a lot of value in 2022. Taxpayers can harvest capital losses on stocks before the end of the year and help offset real estate gains. This is especially true for taxpayers with cryptocurrency investments. Cryptocurrencies have performed worse than the stock market in 2022 and have one major advantage over stock when it comes to harvesting losses, because cryptocurrencies are currently not subject to the wash sale rules. Taxpayers with large crypto losses can sell their investments for a loss and then immediately repurchase the same cryptocurrencies. The bonus depreciation rate is 100% through December 31st, 2022. The rate drops to 80% in 2023 and another 20% each year until it's reduced to zero. Consider making large asset purchases before the end of the year to secure the 100% bonus depreciation rate. Many small business taxpayers may not see a difference when the bonus depreciation rate drops below 100% because they'll still qualify for Section 179 expensing for most of the assets they place in service during the year. But bonus depreciation can create a loss that can be used to offset income from other sources. Section 179 expenses cannot create a loss, and the excess have to be carried over to a future year. We have a longer article on year-end tax planning in the December issue of Spiedel's Federal Tax Letter that also covers Roth conversions, energy incentives, retirement contributions, and qualifying for premium tax credit subsidies. For information on a subscription, go to spiedel.com and click Publications. That's all for this week. Join us next time for another episode of Spiedel's Federal Tax Minute.